I wish you could trash it. See? See? Can we try? Can we try it just one more time? Then we'll take it from the top.
Saul Hudson, born July 23, 1965, better known by his stage name Slash, is a British-American musician, songwriter, actor, and philanthropist, best known as the lead guitarist of the hard rock band Guns N' Roses. Slash has received critical acclaim and is considered to be one of the greatest guitarists in history. Slash collaborated with Michael Jackson on numerous occasions, starting with Dangerous. According to his recent conversation, Slash got a phone call from Jackson's manager one day, who said that Michael has been trying to get in touch with him for a while now.
I remember this distinctly. I got a phone call from my manager saying, Michael Jackson is trying to get in touch with you. And I was pretty starstruck, you know, it's like, really? In a way, you get that feeling of like, I guess I have arrived, you know? And so I had them give him my hotel number, and he called me up in my room, and it was that voice, you know, on the other end of the phone. And he said, I'd like you to play on my record, you know? So I was like, okay, you know? I remember because when he first called, they said I was in a hotel. I was staying at the Riot House.
Oh, wow.
And I was in my room, and I got this phone call and said, Michael Jackson's trying to get in touch with you. And so I said, can we give him your number? And I was like, I guess so, you know. And so the phone rang 5 minutes later. I said, hey, Slash. It was that. But we got on really well, so it was a cool. And I went down to the studio. I went to the record plant in L.A., and I met him there. And he was with his date at the time. Yeah, which was Brooke Shields, right? Yeah, I remember that session because that's when he and I first met, and I went down to the record plant in L.A. and I showed up there, and he was there, and he was with Brooke Shields, right?
Oh, really?
And they were dating, or they just started dating at that point, and so he just so I met the two of them, and then they took off to go have dinner, and he just gave me free reign of the studio. That's it.
Great.
So we got on great.
Did he say much?
No, he didn't.
He doesn't, did he?
He didn't really say much. But we went on to do a lot, some more recording on that record, and then the next record, and then a bunch of shows. And he just said, nice to meet you. This is Brooke, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go to dinner. And that's how it started, and just left me with the music. And I had pretty much free reign to do whatever it was that I wanted with the music they gave me. We had a relationship based on that sort of kind of professionalism for me to just have the freedom to do my thing, and he sort of accepted that.
Slash's first appearance was on the single Give In To Me, which was the 7th single from Dangerous.
I haven't heard this in years.
Right.
Really, like a long time. I think the album was called Dangerous, is what it was. I did a record of his called Black or White, and I played on a song called Give In To Me on that record.
On February 15, 1993, Michael Jackson's sensual Give In To Me was released worldwide except in North America and Asia, where it was never released. Released as the 7th single from the amazing album Dangerous, this powerful pop-rock piece sees the special collaboration between the king of pop and the talented guitarist of Guns N' Roses, Slash, also protagonist of the homonymous video clip shot, in just 2 hours, inside an old factory in Munich.
And Slash, who is a dear friend of mine, we love animals and things like that. He wanted to play guitar, and I wanted him to play guitar on it. And we got together, and we went to Germany, and we shot this thing in just like 2 hours, really. We had no time at all to shoot it. We wanted it to be something exciting and fantastical and fans, and, you know, like it's a rock concert. And that's the result of.
Which was pretty cool. And I did some other stuff with him, but that was the one that really sort of, you know, I played the guitar solo and did a bunch of other guitar parts on there. Yeah. And I played on the song Black or White, but only in the very, very beginning before the actual song starts. It's just me banging on the guitar in the beginning.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael Jackson and the one and only Slash.
Jackson was very happy with his work, and they worked together multiple times throughout the years. The GNR guitarist also played Jackson's latest studio album Invincible, which was released in 2001, and they shared the same stage on the 30th anniversary celebration concert for the last time ever. In his latest interview, Slash was asked whether it was hard to work with a legend like Michael Jackson and the details of their collaboration. Slash shared the story mentioned above and stated that it was fun to work with him because he was such a professional musician.
Yeah.
Cool little combo.
Harmless, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice.
But amazing. Especially like to work on stage with him was just this kind of crazy energy that he had. About Michael's, Michael, I only knew him on for the most part, a professional level. I don't even think when he attempted to be any closer than that, I even allowed it, because it's too crazy. You know, there's being famous, and then there's being that kind of famous, and that's a crazy world to be in, because you have no sense of reality.
And you can see that from the outside.
Because I was close enough at that point, because Guns N' Roses was probably the biggest stadium rock band at the time. And then you have Michael, who was the sort of Elvis Presley of the period. And it's like, that's a scary thing. And he was just dealing with it, and I felt for him, because he, as an artist, one of the genius artists, most genius artists I'd ever really been around, next to maybe Ray Charles and a couple other guys. And you know, sort of stuck in this world where nobody is real. You know, nobody will talk to him in a real fashion. Everybody's sort of around him so they can gain something from him, and so on and so forth. It's a very lonely situation.
The world is sad that he's not here.
Okay, how did his passing affect you?
It's just, you know, getting to know Michael. He's a very similar kind of personality to me, in the sense that everything is about music and everything's about the work, and there's absolutely nothing else going on. Which is a lot of how being a musician is you spend all your time touring, and it's always all about the music, and it's about the show, and it's about the record. It's not about really anything else. I mean, it's for golf for some people, but that's, and so it gives you a good idea when somebody of that stature, somebody who's, you know, that famous and that successful, starts to really exist in this bubble and doesn't have any sort of satisfying life outside of that, and people taking advantage of him and all that kind of stuff. And I watched it firsthand. So when all that stuff happened in 2000 or 2001, whenever it was, and he got all these sort of accusations and stuff, the one thing that Michael really wanted, and the one thing that made him happy, was he wanted everybody to like it. And he was putting on the best show possible, so everybody would think he was great, and that's how he sort of functioned. A little bit more depth to it than that, but you get the idea. And so all of a sudden he was completely ostracized, pretty much by North America, you know, for all these accusations, which even though he was acquitted, that was sort of how, yeah, and it sort of just killed him.
It would help too, because, okay. Right. Somebody has to turn it off then. If he leaves the guitar there, will somebody turn it off? They'll remember? Okay.
Because